Hey there, it is Emily, half of E Squared Photography. Erin is not here with us today, but I am here to keep things simple and fun. In today's video, I am going to be talking about 5 secrets to amazing senior guy portraits. So posing senior guys can be super stressful. You can freeze up at a session as a photographer because they're just different. They're not as easy to pose and not as easy to interact with, for us at least, as senior girls are. So we have some tips for you that are going to help you alleviate some of the stress and make it a little bit more easier for you. And don't forget, for the best photography tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications of future videos. By the end of this video, we promise that you will have some great ideas to level up your senior guy portraits. And make sure to stick around until the end because we have something that is going to help you out. Okay, so 5 secrets. Secret number 1 to create great senior guy portraits is to keep it casual. Always keep it casual for the most part with senior guys. And what we mean by that is we mean make them feel comfortable. Senior guys naturally are very nervous when they get to a session, the majority of them. So we have to find ways in which we can make them feel comfortable. So one thing to do is start with an easygoing conversation to ease their nerves. One of the things that we like to do ahead of time is to have them fill out a questionnaire. And in that questionnaire, we're asking some random questions like, what are your interests? What do you want to maybe do after high school? What sports do you play? What activities are you in? And we have those notes on our Google Calendar. Right before the session, we open that up and we know, okay, so-and-so wants to go to school to maybe explore pre-med. So we can talk about that. Or he plays football on the football team. So we can ask him questions about that. Really starting those conversations right away can really start to help relax them and make them realize, okay, this isn't such a crazy thing. It's really chill and relaxed. Another thing we like to do to really help calm their nerves is to use simple, relaxed poses to make them feel more at ease. So when we're posing the senior guys, we're not doing any really awkward poses or anything like that. We're really keeping it pretty simple and keeping focus on making the poses look relaxed and really natural for them. Secret number 2 is really honestly what we feel is probably the most important in helping them and helping you have a much easier, smoother session with senior guys. And that is highlighting their interests. So really ahead of time, encouraging them to think about what are your hobbies? What are your passions? What sports are you in? What activities are you in? And what kind of props can you bring that you can use during your session? Having those really does put them at ease and put them more in their element. So including items like sports gear, musical instruments, favorite outfits, hats, shoes, whatever it might be, having those along really does put them in their element and they start to relax. And when working with senior guys too, you can kind of think outside of the box as far as the locations you're choosing. You don't have to do the typical locations of the flower field, or a certain background that all the girls like. You can really think outside of the box with them. So choosing locations that might reflect their personality, like a basketball court or a skate park, just be creative in working with that because there's a lot that you can do and that looks good with senior guys that maybe doesn't look as good with senior girls, especially based on their interests. Secret number 3 to get those amazing senior guy portraits is to use strong and simple poses. So really don't overthink posing with senior guys. What we have found is that naturally a lot of times when you ask them to do just one slight thing, one slight pose, they naturally make it look better than you're ever going to try to make them make it look, if that makes sense. So things you can have them do is standing with their arms crossed, leaning against a wall. They naturally, when we have them lean against a wall, they naturally almost always put their hands in a position that's way more flattering than we would have thought to do. And so that's really nice. And then hands in pockets as well. So really thinking simple and not getting too complicated with senior guy poses. Sitting poses that feel natural too, like leaning forward with elbows on knees. A lot of times when we're posing senior guys, we tell them to pretend like they're cracking their knuckles or they're sliding their hands back and forth. That seems to be really natural for them rather than trying to ask them to cross their their fingers across their hands like this, or grab onto their arm. A lot of times they naturally will put their hands, and sometimes their feet too, in a position that's going to work best for what looks best for them. Secret number 4, which I've kind of already touched base on a little bit, but secret number 4 is to keep it simple. Do not overcomplicate a senior guy session. And what we mean by that is don't go crazy on poses, locations, or outfits. We actually repeat poses and keep it simple for you. Or repeating poses will keep it simple for you and them. So what we do a lot of times with senior guys is they put on a new outfit. We repeat a lot of those same poses, so you don't have to come up with new poses every single time. A couple other things with senior guys is plan for a variety of shots, not too many, but move quickly to keep the energy up so then they don't get bored with it easy. And you can take breaks, but don't linger too long on any one setup. And what we mean by that is in order to keep things moving and keep them from losing interest is typically what we do for a senior guy session. They're typically about 1.5 to 2 hours. And we like to usually think one location for 30 minutes and one outfit. And then boom, we're done with that. We switch to the next outfit, drive to the next location. And a lot of times it's a little bit less than 30 minutes, especially if you're getting it done in an hour and a half, or if you're driving to a location that's 5-10 minutes away. So really keeping that in mind, because that really helps move things along and keeps their interest there, and they don't get bored as easy as if they had the same outfit on in one location for one whole hour. They would get very bored quickly. And secret number 5, and this is really to help you as the photographer get a variety of pictures, but really thinking about focusing on his expression. So a lot of times senior guys can have very awkward smiles, and the moms like to point that out as well. So we try to find ways where we can really get their real natural smile or a really natural look for them. So we encourage the senior to think of a funny moment or relax with a natural look. So we a lot of times will use prompts like look away and then look back at the camera for a more dynamic shot, and that gives variety. And then we also like to say, hey, look over at mom and give her a wink, and that gets a really nice like giggle or natural smile at them. If they have a girlfriend or something that they think is funny, you can bring that up and they can kind of give you a natural smile. But when in doubt, have them give you a smile, have them give you a serious look, tell them to look away and look back at you. Add in movement such as walking, things like that can also help them relax a little bit and give you different expressions too. All right, so hopefully that was helpful and that gave you some tips and tricks for senior guys and helping the session run more smoothly. Now, we do have a free senior planning and posing guide in the description below where we go over senior girl and senior guy posing and give you all sorts of ideas on how we simplify posing and make it easier for ourselves so we don't freeze up at our sessions. So check in the description below for that. And we hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so we know to make more videos just like this one. And we will see you next time.